Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and I am feeling rather excited at this particular moment because not only am I introducing a new game to the channel, but it is a brand new game. Those lovely people at Mardon Pole, I think that's the name of the development company, very kindly gave me a key to the early access release of this game, which was in fact only released on the 25th of July 2019, which would have been yesterday. Now, I've been aware of the game for a little while now, for several months, and did in fact download a very early alpha build that they put on the Discord. They've been very active on Discord in allowing access to sort of test builds and engaging with the player base. At that point, I just didn't get it. It might have been there was just so much with the game that I needed to understand to begin with, or it might have been the fact that it was a game style that I was quite unfamiliar with. And that's still kind of true. This is, as you can see from the background image here on the start screen, is a production kind of game. And that's not the sort of thing that I've spent a lot of time with these days. But it kind of fits into the tycoon-y kind of end of the market as well, which is, I always found kind of fun. So we're going to go with this and see how badly I can mess up my entrepreneurial ambitions in this game, or not. But anyway, back to the game. So a few weeks ago I sort of got back into the Discord discussions, and they were really ramping up for release to early access. In fact, they were planning in June, got delayed because of issues, and it finally came out yesterday, and they very kindly gave me access to the game so I can produce this and see how it works, see if I can help understand from their perspective what could be improved in the game, and for you, give you an insight into what is possible. Now, I will say, because it's very early in early access, it has only just been released, there's quite a few things that don't work as well as we'd like. And I have a suspicion that as we go through this, you may find a lot of the things I say sound rather negative, that I don't like this and that doesn't work for me and so on. And all that is true, but it's very much meant in a, hey, let's get this game, which really looks kind of ambitious, to the kind of place that people will really want to engage with it, play it, buy it, of course, and just run with it and spend hours and hours and hours with the game. And there's a likelihood that could happen. But we do need to remember it is very early access, and so things aren't going to be quite perfect. But as you can see here on the front screen, they're really keen to engage with us at this stage of development. They've got a really busy Discord server. The Steam forums are really picking up now that it's hit early access. So if you like what you see, by all means start engaging with them on Discord in particular, and if you're happy to play along and help test it out and just contribute to the development of the game, why not spend a few pennies on the early access key? It could well, if all goes to plan, be well worth that investment. You could have many, many hours of fun with the game. But anyway, let's get straight into it. We're going to load a new game. This is a first sort of UI issue that I have with it. I might want to call my game, for example, Ajax Tech, but I can't put uppercase in letters. In fact, this screen doesn't allow you to do any numbers or brackets or underscores or anything like that. So there's a little bit of a UI thing going on there. It doesn't affect much of the rest of the game, to be honest. It's one of those little things which you look at first and think, oh. But hey, we're not going to let that get in our way. So I'm going to call myself Ajax Tech. And we've only got, sandbox mode. This is one of the things you'll need to understand with the game. There is quite a bit to get to grips with. Now, those of you who are familiar with things like Game Dev Tycoon or whatever it was called, and those sort of games, and indeed Startup Company and similar games, you may be familiar with the way things work and you just love just going in and working it out for yourselves. I'm not really like that. I like to understand how things work. So having a good tutorial is key to me. Now, this tutorial, as we'll see, does take you through all the key functions of the game, but I'm not convinced yet they've quite tweaked it right. But it does show you what you need to do. And a few hours playing with the game and watching other players play it on YouTube. I've watched a couple. So shout out first off to False Phoenix, who was the first YouTube creator I saw with a video up of this, and he gave me a couple of hints in his play as to how I could succeed rather than fail at the very first step, as which we'll see in a moment. Anyway, we need to first off decide where we're going to start our company, where we're going to base it. And as you can see, if you select each area, you get down here some basic demographics, what sort of products they want, because this game is going to allow you not just to create software products but actually hardware products. So that's the whole production thing. You're going to create a manufacturing base, a factory producing kit, and you'll have a back office of people, programmers and software designers and so on, marketeers, who will help build the platforms you want to work on in terms of computer games. And even cameras have a software team, because these days cameras are as much AI, as much intelligence as they are a lens and an aperture shining light onto a piece of film at the back. There's so much more to any tech these days, so that kind of makes sense. You need a software team as well as the manufacturing engineering team to make a solid product in the modern world. Anyway, we need to move somewhere. We need to decide where to go. So where am I looking at here? Canada. They have, you see here, they really love phones. Not so keen on consoles and portable consoles. For some reason, games, I think, yeah, everywhere you go has a 43% like, but the green circle is 100% of that. Now, yeah, I'm a UK citizen. If you wish to be precise, I'm English, as opposed to Scottish, Welsh or Irish or whatever else. And while we are part of Europe, I like to consider us part of Europe, so I might go there. But the population of that is 400 million, yeah. And what do they like? Phones, desktops. That's quite a nice selection of likes there. Eastern Europe, that changes a bit. To be honest, I'm not going to worry too much about this. I think, yeah, I mean, if you look in South Asia, that's 2 billion people. So that's kind of representative, I suppose, of the number of population, the population numbers in these areas. But hey, I'm going to go where I live. So that's it. The only odd thing on this screen, apart from the green circle there, is the demographics don't appear to change in terms of the age groups that you're selling to. Again, that's early access. So there we go. So we're going to select West Europe. And we're going to get into the game, and it starts off immediately in the tutorial. You can't get to the sandbox unless you go through the tutorial. Now, I've been through this several times as I've been testing out the new builds they've been putting up on Discord and so on. So I'm going to rush through this bit a bit, although we will start off moderately slowly so you get an idea of what we're doing. So the first thing we need to do is buy some desks for our people. So we need to buy a desk. Where shall we stick these guys? Well, actually, we'll stick them over. We'll stick you there. I want more desks though, because I know that we need more desks. Get rid of the advisor for a moment. There we go, and we can rotate it on the right mouse button. What we'll do actually, if we put you there, I want another desk. Oh, I just spotted. I've done that before. I've clicked a button which I didn't realise was a left mouse button. Okay, you can move the furniture around by right clicking on the little symbol here which says what that workstation, if you will, does. If I right click on that, I can either sell it or move it. So let's move it. So let's move it over here to be in the... Actually, I'm not sure this is the best place for these people. No, I think they should be over here. Look at this. If you've seen any of my other series, you'll know that one thing I do spend a lot of time doing is changing my mind and hitting the wrong button. But hopefully that will help you to get to grips with how the game works and avoid the mistakes that I make. Okay, so we'll get you out of there, move furniture there, and we'll move you to there as well. I'm going to assume that they can move between those little gaps. Okay, we need to employ people. The first person we need to employ is a sales executive, and they find software or hardware contracts for generating income. And that's the key thing at this stage of the game, income. We need to build a bank balance so we can actually create our first original product. We're going to just do this for 5 days. We'll start recruitment. Now the thing here is the candidates, actually if I look at this, they're only available to us for a few hours at a time, because obviously other people are competing for them. So you need to keep an eye on this to make sure you don't lose the best people. So I usually get it up to about 14, 15 before I come here. Then I pause the game, so I got time to peruse this, because you know me, I do like to peruse information. I do love information. Well, the soundtrack in the back is kind of odd. It's kind of generic. I'm not quite sure what I'm not in touch with modern music terms. I mean, garage, hip-hop, rap, pop, rock, you know, heavy grunge. It's all the same to me. Either I like it or I don't. Okay, so this is the level. This number on the right-hand side is kind of their skill level, which is reflected in their various individual skills. Negotiation, sales, endurance means how long you can keep them at the grindstone for, I imagine, and their productivity. So I tend to look for level 3 people as cheaply as possible. Oh, you're good. Yep, you're a level 3 for less than 31 grand. So I think you're going to be my pick. Rose Rodriguez. Negotiation 40, endurance 58. Do we have another 3 here? That's got 50 negotiation, but she costs more. Or that person costs more. I didn't notice the gender of the person. Not the gender is important. Is a male person. David Williams, not Williams. Okay, so Rose. Yes, we'll go with a female sales executive. I've got a desk, thank you very much. So we'll assign Rose to that desk, and we will give her a task to do, which is searching for software contracts. We'll let her do that. So the next task is to hire programmers. So let's start a new hiring process. Programmers, and they create software to be used on products and building components for modules. They do also, they're the bread and butter of our business at this stage of the game, certainly. So we will start that running. This count probably includes sales executives, so we need to give that a few hours as it goes through. So let's pause it there, shall we? What programmers have we got? They're down here. Level 2, level 1, not interested. Level 3, 31. That's looking quite positive. Now you see there's a level 1 programmer costing 5 grand, nearly 5 grand more than the level 3. He's a bit older, he's male, could be that, could be a gender thing. Yes, there's discrimination in the workplace, pay grades and stuff, very, very modern. Social comment that, perhaps? It probably isn't, it's just random choice of numbers and part of the game, to be honest. But okay, we'll hire you, James Williams, and actually we'll hire the other guy as well while I'm here. We won't waste time. Where were you? I've lost you already. There you were. 31. So we'll hire you, and we will put you in there. Put you in there. Okay, right. Now, as it says here, my advisor, the tutor of the tutorial, is telling me we have our first software contract ready. The card on the right, which is this thing over here. Click on it to get started on your first development contract. Now, if we accept that, and we've given our programmers seats, we need to give them jobs to do. Now we see here, these are the software components they can build, and these are the requirements for software components of this particular contract. So we will set one of them doing UI. We will set one of them I tend to go for the big requirements first. Let's get them running. Back-end component for you. That was you. Oh, I can now get managers. We'll come back to managers later because they will solve an important problem for us. The other thing we need to worry about is these guys can't work 24 hours a day. Well, they do, but they do need to take breaks. So we need to provide them with some way of relieving the tension of the workplace. So the couch here, everything costs 2.5 grand, which is a little bit unrealistic. Perhaps, again, this could be something that is revised in the Oh, I've just noticed something in the development of the game. These guys are really productive. Look at that. They've already produced more UI components and more back-end components than I need. So actually, if we let you complete that one, we'll stop you and you can start networking and you can start... Go on. You can't have too many of these things because they always come in later. What do we need? Back encryption. There you go. Just pause that for a second while I talk about the brakes. Yeah, everything here is 2.5 grand, and these are the boosts to their energy or whatever. That gives them back on track, gets them re-energized to get back to work. So the couch gives you the biggest boost. So we'll take one of those. Thank you very much, and we will put you there. A water cooler, of course, only gives one boost. But what you'll find is if we have more people than we have places to take a break, then you can't. What will happen is people who need breaks won't be able to take it if all the places that are available for breaks are filled. If you see what I mean. Hopefully that'll become clear as we go through. So I'll put a water cooler in there. So apparently, let's rotate that around there. That's well, we'll put it there. Yeah, we'll put it there because that's an important feature of break time, apparently. So we'll actually, what we'll do, we'll employ another programmer, shall we? Programmers are very, very handy people for making money. Oh, I've run out of money already. That was a good start, wasn't it? Right, we need to complete this contract. Come on, guys. Yeah, let's run along a bit faster. That's it. Obviously, networking. I don't know if these things take more time to do than if some components take more time to complete than others. You notice here on the employees, let's pause that again, the employee assignment wheel thing here. It's gone from a green circle to a brown or orange circle, and that indicates their ability, their energy level at work. So you're 60, you're fine, you're 58, and we can give them a break instruction here, which we're not going to do because 60% of your capacity is fine. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so we're just waiting for this contract, this chappy here, to finish our network component, and we can deliver on this contract, which should earn us a fair amount of money. In terms of objectives, we can see here, in addition to the advisor, you do have these. He's kind of leading you to finish these objectives here. So our first objective, before we get on to the next stage of the tutorial, is to complete 2 contracts and earn 100 grand. Okay, stop that for a second again. We have got all our components for this contract. We can now deliver that. Now, again, this is a slight problem I have with the current game design. Is I like to go back and look at information. Now here you can't really click on this contract to see what it was you agreed to. You've got a countdown of how many days you've got left to complete it in and what components are required, but in terms of how much money you're earning from it, I've no idea now because I didn't bother to notice it when I accepted the contract. Again, a little extra thing they could add in which would make me a whole lot happier with the game. So let's deliver that contract, and that gave us, whoa, 66 grand. I like that. 20. Oh, we've still got candidates left. Oh, we can pick another programmer, can't we? Have we got another cheap but good programmer? Yeah, they're all looking a bit expensive now, aren't they? Yes, they are. Yeah. So we'll let that pass. Now that contract's been completed, we should have another one to do, so we'll accept that 67 grand return. That should complete both objectives very easily. So we want more UI components from you, and we've got the encryption components, they're already done. So we need database components, so we'll take one of those. Okay, but we do notice that this guy, he needs a break. 36, 35 energy level. And this guy here, 35 as well, you can take a break. So what I could do, We've still got all these candidates to view. This might be something they've changed, because on the earlier alpha builds we had, they disappeared from this very quickly, which is why I was so keen to stop and pause when I looked at this. So let's clean that list. Oh, that's what that button does. Thought it might. That's good. Let's look for another programmer, shall we? Another 5 days for £2,000. Okay. Yeah, we're just waiting for the number of candidates to rack up. And then we'll just slam the brakes on. 16, is that it? Yeah. Oh, our guys have come back to work. Excellent. Good chaps. Jolly good chaps. Right, so 33 for 3, 34, 33. We're looking for a level 3 under 33 grand. Are you going? Our price has gone up. Is this a mechanism within the game? I don't know. Oh, 32. We're looking quite good. Oh, you're at 32. John Garcia. Okay, programming 40. Research. Programmers don't do research, so I'm not quite sure. Endurance 58. Productivity 4. You're younger. Which is possibly why you're a little bit cheaper, perhaps. So we might go... Yeah. I think we're going to go with... No, I've lost him again. Well done. Yeah, he was down here towards the bottom, wasn't he? Thomas Miller. Yep, let's go for Thomas Miller. I'll hire you. There you go. And you can sit in that chair. And we'll have you. What else do we need? Optimization components. That's you. Okay, let's rattle on forward. Now, one interesting thing which has changed since the earlier builds is the sales executive doesn't tire, which is interesting. Again, quite whether that's... I'll clean my list up, shall I? Don't need that. Whether that's just to make your life... I'm not quite sure. Again, we're in early access, remember, and everything is up for grabs. This game could change quite dramatically over the months. It's in this early access state, as it were. So let's get them working a bit. Oh, UI, you've got enough UI components. Stop. More database. We'll add you to the database production. Okay. Now there is a limit to the number of people I can employ in this office. So I don't know if I've reached that. There's 2 more people I could employ here. So again, if I paid attention to what was going on in other people's playthroughs of this game, I would have remembered that, but I didn't. Okay, we're waiting for encryption to finish. That's our chap James. No, it's not you. Oh, hang on. Oh no, encryption is finished. What are we waiting for? Optimization. Right, that's... Oh yeah, it's our new guy, Thomas. He's nearly done on that, hopefully. Now, the thing is, I think there are 3 spaces on the couch here. We'll send them all to a break in a minute, in fact, and just check that out. You are slow, Tom. Can I call you Tom? Or would you prefer Thomas? Or Tommy? Or Tomo? Or, I don't know, what you might prefer to call yourself. Oh, he is very slow, isn't he? And his energy level is... Oh. Right, okay, we'll send you to break. We'll send you on a break. And we will send you on a break. Yeah, I think there's 3 slots there. So, if I sent the sales executive on a break there as well... Oh, it does... No, there's only 2 slots. I'm sure there was a couch I saw which had 3. But it says here, all your entertainment furniture is occupied. Yeah, the game is stuffed full of typographical or spelling errors, so bear that in mind. Again, the developers, I think, are not native English speakers, so there's going to be a whole raft of things to do in terms of translations and typos and spelling and stuff. But again, this is the 2nd day the game's been out on early access, so let's not worry about that. But she doesn't tire, so she's fine. Let's deliver that contract. Yay, we moved on to the next stage of the tutorial, which is research. Now, what we could do here is research these 6 parts, which takes us into the next stage of the game. But what I'm going to do instead, because I know what comes after research, and it's really annoyed me in the past, because you need a certain amount of money to complete a following stage, and you don't know that until you get to the end of the stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our programmers here to carry on working noses to the grindstone and pumping out contracts and components and getting me a really good big bank balance there. So we'll have them do that. Yep, we'll accept that 4 months. That should be easy to achieve with our team of 3. Do you know what we'll do? We will go for the manager desk. Yeah, this is quite an impressive desk, isn't it? This is quite something else. So we'll have a manager sat there right next to the entertainment. Where should we stick the manager? No, I want to stick him here. So what I'll do, if we stick you there for the moment, I want to move you to... yeah, you could be there by the door. Because everyone hates salesmen, don't they? They always try and sell things which you production team haven't actually got to work yet, and they offer customers all sorts of incentives to buy stuff from you which hit somebody else's bottom line. Yeah, I was never a salesman. Oh, we need a manager. Let's employ one. Let's go and find a manager. And he is in charge of multiple employees, and that is important, as we will see in a moment. Let's clean our list of candidates. We've cleaned it already, that's good. Okay. That's important there. Let's just check they're working on stuff we want. No. UI, we've got media components. We need some of that. Algorithm components. You can work on those. And encryption, we need more encryption. So you can work on the encryption for the moment. That's there. Okay. So we've got 15 management candidates. Let's have a look at those guys. Did I not select manager? Did anyone tell you that I can be a bit stupid? Why it's not cleaning? Right. That's interesting. Why is this gone? Oh, that's my current employees. Oh, I didn't change that, did I? Possibly. Okay, let's start recruiting managers. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I'll have to look back before I upload this, see if I actually made an error, or whether it's just a glitch in the game at this stage. We've got 11 candidates, 12, 13, 14, 15, that will do. Okay, one thing, the game was saved there. It has an autosave function, but it only has one save slot. So for someone like me who likes to play around and just test ideas out, this could be a bit of a problem. The games are saved locally, so it is possible to sort of copy them sideways a bit, I think, and try out ideas and then go back to the original save. But if you don't like fiddling around with the internals of your Explorer, your file manager, it can be a bit frustrating. If you get things horribly wrong, I want to go back to a previous save copy. There isn't one. It is a single save file. But we're not going to let that worry us, because we are most definitely in charge. Yeah, I don't believe that either. Oh, you're quite cheap as a manager. Level 3. I'm not looking in detail at their stats here. That one has this chap has a much higher. Oh, he does have much higher stats, doesn't he? Than how do you? You're 50, 45. 50, oh, you're pretty good too as well, aren't you? I can't employ someone called David Davis. And if you've been watching British politics over the last few years, you'll know why. I'll say nothing more. So we're going to hire Robert Jones. Bobby, we're going to call him. It's a shame I can't rename people. But I mean, what employer does that? You're idle. No, we need to give you people to tasks. Select employee types. We're only going to manage our programmers at the moment. We're going to manage all of them, in fact. And what the manager can do is he can tell the employees to rest at a certain level of energy. So that means I don't have to click on each one in turn and send them off to a break. Well, I like purple. These will be my purple employees. You can now see they're managed, and the task we will set them to. What do we need most of? Encryption. And they're all going to work now on encryption. They're all going to work, yeah, on encryption. That's interesting. It doesn't. Maybe they have to finish what they're currently working on. Now I can't now change what they're doing. That's his responsibility now. Oh, I need to actually get the game right. Import. There you go. That's better. Yes. So that will make my life easier. But and it means that I can focus on getting each component done really, really quickly, which is quite handy actually in this scenario, I think. Although he does cost me, they all cost me much the same amount, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, we've got 6 of our 6 encryption components needed. Everything else, media is oversupplied. Sorry, media is not oversupplied, so we will stop that and get them working on media, which was that one. We'll just keep an eye on this. Right, what I will do, we will finish this off. We'll get this contract off actually. We need one more member of staff, our researcher, so we'll stick you in under this research board. Yeah, you can go there, and we will clean that list. Whoop, I wanted to stay in there, and we'll hire a researcher who discovers new components. This is primarily aimed at the hardware end of our business now, so we're going to start recruiting you. What do we need? We need algorithms now, and we've got our job done. Well, except they've all taken a break. Yeah, they're all the same level of energy at the same time, which isn't terribly clever, is it? But I don't know. That's team building, isn't it? That's what that's about. That is team building. Yeah, I always did that when I used to work. Yeah, I'm beyond that now. Oh, I need to look at my research candidates. 31. That's looking good. 35, 34, 35. Yeah, I think I can safely go for the cheapest. You've got, ooh, I've got really good stats. So Robert Wilson. We'll call you Robbo, I think. Put you down there, and you will be researching utility hardware 1, generation 1. We'll unlock these as we get beyond the tutorial. So we'll set you doing that, and you just discover stuff. Basically, that's what he does. So we just want to wrap up this. Does the manager need to take a break? Oh, he does. So I'm going to need something else for you to do. This is table football. I really don't like people who call it foosball, because that's not what it is. It's table football. Look, it's a table with footballers on it. That's what that is. Don't get me started. Right. Actually, what we'll do, I think, can I move? Well, I can't move you because you're occupied, presumably. Alright, once these guys have left the couch, we can move that down a bit. There's no zoom in or out on this, certainly not on the mouse wheel. Does no, there's none of the obvious keys to it. I don't tend to work on the keyboard operation, to be honest. Actually, I could move you, couldn't I? Oh, can I not move you? Oh, yes, I can. It's my clicking wasn't terribly good. I'll move you to there, and I can move. Oh, I need to let it go. Yeah, that's you. And then I can Okay, let's pause this for a second. Why is that not letting me move it? Okay, anyway, here we can see what our researchers researched. They're really good, aren't they? Camera unit, battery tech, and 144 pixels, I presume that means. Oh, heck, we've already... Right, that's where we're going to leave it right now. There'll be another episode along very shortly. We'll get 2 or 3 of these done in short order, I think, regardless of the normal schedule to the channel, just so we can move this on and so you can see how it's working. But this, as you can see, it's looking really good. I really like the art style, the people, the design, the layout of it is really nice and engaging. It's just a matter now of just seeing if it actually works as a game, and the portents are good. I'm going to try and move that, whatever it takes. We're going to deliver that, and we've earned, you see we've got a star, we've earned our 22k, and our researcher here has already got 3 parts research. He's close to the 4th. We'll be on the next stage very soon. Well, that's it for now from Tech Corp. Thanks once again to the guys for giving me the key to try the game at this stage. Actually, you can rest, can't you? You can take a break. And we'll be back again soon. If you have any thoughts about the game, we're still in the tutorial, so there's not a lot I can do to break out of that at the moment. So, but if you've got any ideas on how to get past the tutorial quickly or in better order, or if you've got any thoughts on the game itself, then do let me know by dropping a note to the comments box below. And of course, if you're keen to look into the game further, then by all means join the Discord channel or the Steam forums, whichever you prefer to do. I'll put links up in the description below. But beyond that, it'd be great if you give us a little bit of a thumbs up to encourage me to do more of these games. Just hit that like button, it'd be great. And of course, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost here in Tech Corp, I'll see you again soon. Until the next time, bye bye for now.